Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas back with another review. This was one of those interesting ones. This is one of those ones that on my own I probably would not have ever gone to unless there was nothing going on. I just wanted to get out of the house and see some new things and experience, open my mind a little bit to some different kind of music. But I did take someone there who wanted to go. I had no problem going. This was interesting. So I think it was billed incorrectly, in my opinion. It just wasn't billed right as far as how it was advertised. It was kind of advertised as Missy Elliott, not kind of, it was. Missy Elliott was the headliner, and then she had Busta Rhymes and Ciara opening up, and then it said like featuring Timberland. So I assumed Busta Rhymes and Ciara would just be, these quick opening acts, do like a regular opening act, do between 5 and 10 songs, not a big production, do their thing, get off stage and go. And then Missy would be the star of the show. But very quickly I saw that this was different. Let me get into it. It was over at T-Mobile Arena. Just so we get into it, I don't forget, because I know I do sometimes. I was in section 15, lower level, 15. I paid $99 a ticket, which is pretty good for this kind of show. I was actually very happy with that price. That's how most shows I think should be priced. They're obviously not. But happy with the price. That's what I got. I bought them directly through AXS. If that helps anybody, so be it. Okay, so Busta opened up. I like Busta Rhymes. And you should know, my take on all three of these artists, I have serious amount of respect for all three. And I knew that going in. This is not my style of music. This is not music. If it came on at a party or came on somewhere in a radio, in a car with someone and she's dancing and we're having fun, I'm all for it. It's great music. It's fun music. But it's not my style of music. Busta Rhymes. So he did something interesting, which I liked. So I looked really quickly, and it's first thing it said, there were 16 songs. I'm like, 16 songs? He's the opener of the opener. And then I saw quickly what he did. He wasn't playing full songs. He was playing little snippets of each song, like 30 seconds to a minute, which was great. It felt like it was, the guy's been around 20, 30 years. It felt like a walk down memory lane, and he gave you this he's the best tour guide for it. Let me get into it. Ante up, put your head where your eyes can see it. I'm sorry. Put your hands where my eyes could see, which I actually know that one. It's the one song title I screwed up and one of the few songs I know. Turn it up, fire it up. Oh yeah, touch it. I know you want it. Who's it going to be? What's it going to be? God, I'm off this morning. What's it going to be? Coco, cut it. Scenario. Look at me now. All I do is win. He did a cover of Queen's We Are the Champions. I don't know why, real quick. Break Your Neck. Did a little Poison, Belle Biv DeVoe, and then Pastor Cavassier Part 2. So I liked it. I was shocked. He owned that crowd. For the opener of the opener, which I hate saying that, but that's essentially what he is, he owned that crowd. He had them on their feet early on, which is I think it kind of happened, where he outshined the acts after him, which is always a danger when you put a bigger or a great artist as your opening act. He just owned the crowd. He owned the energy. He engaged the crowd. He talked about how long we've all been together. We're not fans. You're not fans. You're family. He was great. I'm going to judge each person and then maybe do a score. Scale of 1 to 10 for Busta Rhymes. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do and just own that set. Next came out Ciara. Ciara I like. When I saw she was on the bill, I remember her being very big. I honestly didn't remember the names of the songs, but I knew a couple, and that turned out to be true. But the same thing, I took a glance at the set list, 16 songs. Jesus, what is going on? These are not openers. That's why I said I think this was billed incorrectly. These didn't feel like openers, especially her. She had a full-on set with dancers and choreographed every single song. She treated that like she was the main act. She treated that like she was the headliner. And good for her, because she came out and killed it. She did a great job. Her set list was Goodies, Get Up, Oh, Ride, which I think that's one of the ones I knew. Body Party, Promise, I Bet, So What, Drop Your Love, How We Roll, Like a Boy, 1-2 Step, and Level Up, which I kind of knew that one too. I liked her. I liked her a lot. I think she gave it everything. She looked great. She danced great. She put everything she had into it. And again, excellent job as an opening act. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. She owned that crowd. So here we were, an hour or two into the show already. Show started, if it helps anybody. We got in there at about 8, and they were just starting. So got on at 8. The whole show finished, I would say, at 11:15, 11:30. I'm not exactly sure, but somewhere around there. So here we were, an hour or so into this night, and I felt like we already saw 2 opening acts, and Missy hadn't even come on yet. So scale of 1 to 10 for Ciara, also 8.5 out of 10. I think she did a great job. I really enjoyed it. It was it was fun music. It was get off your seat, get off your butt, and dance. Just kind of movie music, and I thought it was great. Again, none of this stuff is stuff that I would listen to normally, but it was good. I have respect for both of those, and I have respect for Missy. So Missy came out and I know she's known for this. I remember her video. She's over the top with the outfits, over the top with the dancing, in a good way, not in a bad way. But she goes all out, and there was no exception at last night. The outfits were crazy. She had a spaceship theme. She had this little video came out with like the 4 different like looks of Missy over the years, and she was like, I'm going to take you on a journey. It's going to be an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to go through our history. And she kept changing, I think those, maybe not, but she had like 3 or 4 different costume changes, and they were all like futuristic, crazy, over the top. There were so many dancers on stage. There must have been 30, 40 dancers on stage. There was so much going on, and to me, it took away a little bit. It was so much. She came out there like a machine gun. I'm going to go through the set list. She had 26 songs on the set list. And I looked at that and I said, how's it possible? She only have an hour and something set list. How is she going to, hour and a half time, how is she going to squeeze 26 songs into an hour and 15 minutes? And then she came out like a machine gun. Her songs were short, her songs were fast, and she was firing it off one after the next. Boom, boom, boom. Not even talking to the crowd. Full on, fast pace, boom, boom, boom. Dancers everywhere, costume changes, screens going up and down. It did not stop. And it was great for about 10 songs. And then it felt too much to me. Let me go through the set list. Throw it back, cool off. We run this for my people. Sock it to me. I'm really hot. The rain, super duper fly. I'm better. She's a bitch. Gossip folks. All in my grill. Get your freak on, which is obviously one of her big ones. Lick shots. 1 Minute Man. Hot boys. Beat Me 911, Drip Demeanor, Pussycat, Bad Man, Chingaling, WTF, Where They From, Work It, also one of her big one, Pass That Dutch, Up Jams the Boogie. Now for that one, Timberland came out, so he was featured on the bill also as featuring Timberlake. I think they should have made more use of him. He's got a hell of a but I guess there was no time. He just has a hell of a portfolio and songs that they could have worked into some of that. But it was cool. Touch It, Busta came out for that one. And then they closed with Lose Control. Ciara came out for that one. Okay, so like I said, it was a lot. It was a lot. There was so much happening. This is where it's going to get unpopular and people are going to be mad at me. Again, it's not my style of music. But that aside, I have so much respect for Missy Elliott. She's an original. She was doing this, breaking ground into new areas when nobody was doing it. And because of that, she's still here 20, 30 years later, selling out arenas. But as far as music, there's nothing to connect to. And I've said this in my other reviews. I like to connect to I'll give you a good example. I like to connect to artists. I like to feel something when I see them live. There was no feeling there except just like get up and kind of move your butt, move your ass a little bit. And it's great. And there's a spot for that. And it was a fun night. I had a great time. But like we were listening on the way home, we just started listening to some Eminem on the way home. And we were talking about it and noticing that like Eminem's songs were deep. They had meanings. And again, they're different artists. And Eminem is another level of artist. But even with hip hop, he's able to capture you, and he's able to and every song sounded different. Every song had a different take, and they're about his daughter and his mom, and you just felt it. You feel Eminem, you feel the anger, you feel the hurt, and you can connect with him. And we were talking about how Eminem in concert would be so amazing because you connect, you feel emotional. And I didn't get that from Missy. It was just this, just song after song after song after song, dancing, dancing, dancing. Everywhere you look, there's 60 people dancing, dancing, dancing. So much color, so much. It's fun. But outside of the fun, there's no substance. That's the word I'm looking for. There's no substance to it. So after like the 10th or 12th song, it just started to get old. Now, you see the hits, and the hits are fun, and the hits are great, but they seemed exactly the same as the song before it and the song after it. They just didn't have heart or substance. And it's the same problem I think I had when, I don't remember exactly, but when I saw Nicki Minaj and these girls, I just don't find a way to connect with that artist. Fun night, nothing that's crazy memorable or something that you get goosebumps or anything like that for. And that's why I like to go to live shows for that. That's me. This is my opinion. If you are a diehard Missy Elliott fan, you're going to love this show. She gives it everything she has. She's 50-something years old. She didn't stop. I was tired watching her. She's older than me. And she was dancing up a storm, singing up a storm, happy, smiling, enjoying herself. And that's great. And there's something awesome about that. So, scale of 1 to 10 for Missy Elliott. I'm going to give her a 7.35 out of 10. As a whole, if you took away Busta and Ciara, I don't know how enjoyable that show would be. As a whole, it's a great show. Definitely worth the bang for the buck. It's definitely a great night out. And for that, I definitely recommend it. Thanks for listening. If you were there, comment, tell me what you think. Subscribe. Always subscribe. I always need more subscribers so I can keep doing this. Thanks for listening, and I will see you at the next show. Bye-bye.